gamers, Bella Ryse here, and I'm joined with Unified from the TiC Podcast. Say hi.
What's up, guys?
And we're here today to talk to you about hashtag Gamers Rise Up Against Hate. Now, if you haven't seen the original video that started all of this off, please be sure to go and have a look at the video on my channel. I guess we wanted to do something to follow up from the actual start of this. So for me, the reason that I ended up actually doing that video was, you know, I've watched a lot of hate across a lot of social medias in the gaming community. And not, you know, obviously that it's not just confined to the gaming community, but specifically I wanted to, attack that because it's something that is just everywhere. You can't go on Twitter or Facebook or anybody's videos on YouTube without seeing it. It's just everywhere. And, it's always sort of been compiling. And previously I've done a couple of videos on my thoughts on it and how I think that it needs to stop. And I personally have been targeted quite badly previously with another channel doing multiple hate videos about me. So it's something that has always been a bit of an issue for me. Recently, though, one of my friends put up a video, and it was on the same day that his newborn son arrived. And, yeah, there was some really, really, really horrible things said about his son, to the tune of that they wished that his baby son would die. I think right there and then something just snapped, and I knew I couldn't just say, oh, you know, hate in the gaming community isn't good enough. Oh, stop hating on people, stop doing this, stop doing that. Like, I needed to do something bigger. I needed to really stand up and make it quite clear that this is not okay. So that's where it started for me, and that's how the movement came about.
And you know how someone can do that, how someone can equate, you know, a real life, you know, something like saying, oh yeah, well, I hope your son dies, to that effect over a piece of plastic. Yeah. You know, it's there's no words really that describe what the person was thinking when he said that. I mean, because obviously he wasn't thinking. I mean, he's just throwing words around, spewing stuff out of his mouth. And that's another thing is people don't really take it too seriously. I mean, and some people should take things more seriously. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have real life, you know, problems already. And all they're trying to do is play games online to get away from those problems. They're not playing games online to create more problems. They're actually on there just to have fun and just escape to a different place.
Yeah, so I actually think that you have an inspirational story about this that you wanted to tell us.
Yeah, I'm going to go into that right now. Back probably about 7 years ago, me and a group of guys would play Gears of War, the original. Great game, by the way.
Yes, it
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that game was really based on skill, in my opinion, more so than even like 2 or 3. And some people might debate that, but that is a different part. Exactly, yeah, and that's a different podcast altogether, man. We can talk about that. Yeah. Which one's better? But we played with an individual, and honestly, I'm not going to say the guy's name out of respect, his gamer tag, per se. I'm not even going to do that. But we had a guy, he would come around, and he really liked us. He liked our vibe and how we were pretty nice to everybody. And I'll throw a name drop out to someone in TiC Podcast who actually played with us with this person, XO Panta, which you guys know her on Twitter is Kitty Cat Go Meow. Right, and she does Twitches for us and stuff like that. But she even played with us with this guy too. I don't know if she remembers a lot of it or not, but this guy would come around and everything seemed fine at first, but then he seemed to get more depressing acting as we would play, further down the road. And he would start to talk about his wife and how he was having issues maybe with his wife at home. And we did everything we could to really try to take his mind away from it. Say, hey man, let's just play Gears and, just have fun and don't worry about it, And as time went on, sometimes we weren't able to play with this individual. And then when we would start to get a chance to play with him again, it seemed like things were just getting worse. As things got worse, he would also say that he would play with other people, and then he respected us a lot, and that's why he kept wanting to play with us, because those other people would actually demean him and degrade him, because when he would start trying to mention anything about his wife, I think to reach out to people, maybe in a pity way, you know, maybe looking for being consoled by somebody else. I mean, I can understand that if you have problems like that, you're just looking for positive words from somebody else to help you out. But these people were actually demeaning him and degrading him and telling him basically, well, why don't you just stop talking about it? Why don't you just kill yourself?
Oh, God.
And then he started to bring that to us. He actually started to let that affect him. Okay, he started to tell us that he was having thoughts of committing suicide. And he got to the point that it was so bad that he would ask us how he should kill himself.
Jesus
if he should get in the bath and put a hairdryer down in the tub with water. You know, it was just crazy convoluted ways that he would kill himself. And we knew this really wasn't a joke. I mean, this guy was getting really, really bad. And then it got to the point where he stopped talking to us and we weren't sure, did he do something to himself? I mean, that was really what frightened all of us.
Yeah, I can imagine.
All the group of us who played together, played Gears 1, and we just had a lot of great times. We had good times with him despite his issues that he had. But the point is, people, is that people have real lives outside of the online virtual space and playing Xbox Live, okay? Xbox Live is not people's true reality, okay? It is just a place that we escape to have fun, maybe make friends, definitely not get more grief from people and attitude problems and different things like that. We just come on there to play and take our mind away from everything else in reality. That's how I view it, and that's how I play. But then you got people that have issues at home, okay, and then they come online and they're really just trying to escape it, and then you say things unfiltered out of your mouth and actually just say, oh man, shut up, we don't want to hear it, or why don't you just go kill yourself, maybe better off, because you know, we just don't care. You know, your words can really affect certain people. Not everybody's built the same, guys. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And so we don't really know what happened to this guy. It pains me to know that if he did something to himself because someone on Xbox Live could have shut their mouth and not said some of the things they said,
yeah,
that really strikes a chord with me, you know. Yeah. And I'm a realist here. Our Gamers Rise Up Against Hate campaign is not going to cure the world of hate. What it will do is we're hoping is that people will listen to this stuff and they will take a step back and look at themselves a little bit if they're a person who's done anything like this, and maybe try to filter their mouth before they do say anything like this online, whether that's on PlayStation, Nintendo. I don't even know if Nintendo will even allow you. If you start saying anything bad, they'll probably ban you from Nintendo because they're really secure, man. They don't play, or Xbox Live, obviously, which is what we're talking about right now. But so gamers, what I say to you is, Jesus, I mean, you guys have to think, has no one ever had any problems at home with their family, friends, or wife, you know, or husband, whatever it may be? Come on now. And when you go online and you play, are you not just doing it to escape reality for a few hours of your day? And I know that the answer to that is going to be yes. It's going to be yes. And I mean, and there's some people that play games online, in some cases, is that person's reality. So for those people, it's even more important. They really think that when they're playing online, that is a huge part of their day and their emotional thought process. The things you say can really affect those people. So you really just have to watch what you do. I mean, and just because somebody, and going back to Bella's thing, just because somebody plays Xbox One and you play PS4 and you don't know why they play Xbox One because it just sucks and yada yada, but you know, well, because they do it, I hope their son dies, or I've heard things in blogs where people have said, I hope your son dies of cancer, or I hope you die of cancer. Look, I'm a realist here. I'm gonna be honest, I'm an all-time crap talker, okay? I can run with the best of them, but I will say this. That stuff, to me, it doesn't have any effect on me at all. It goes in one and out the other. I understand how to block all that. But there's some people that do not, guys. There's some people that don't understand how to block all that stuff. Please, if you kind of figure that out, that maybe there's some person that is like that, refrain from saying the things that you say, because it does affect certain people more than you know.
Yeah, and like you get that pack mentality going on in Xbox Live parties as well, and I'm sure it's the same on PlayStation and PC and stuff like that. You know, one person that seems to be the more prominent personality in a group will start hating on somebody, and then everybody else will join in, and that pack mentality kicks in, and So, I mean, particularly as a female gamer, like I know, for example, I can be in game chat just playing away with, you know, random people and everything's fine, and then I'll drop into this one lobby and someone will hear female talk and I'll be told to get back in the kitchen, and then somebody else will join in, and then it ends up getting really quite horrific and messages come through, and it's prominent.
Yeah,
it really is prominent in our
It's a Pac-Man, so it's like you said, it's a Pac-Man party.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Pac-Man's got to eat those cherries now. You know, or something. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
You got to flex your muscles to show that you're the big alpha male in the lobby.
Yeah, I just don't get fanboyism. I don't get that either. You know, Bella, do you get it?
No, I do understand I do understand the mentality, and I understand why people are fanboys. And to me, there are two types of fanboys. There is a fanboy who just loves the crap out of, you know, what they, you know, let's say Xbox One, for example, just loves the crap out of Xbox. And they're very vocal about how much they love it, and they talk about how brilliant the service is and how great the exclusives are, and they are just a strong, solid fan of a product or a company. And then there's another type of fanboy who thinks that unless you think exactly how I think, unless you completely agree with everything I say, you're wrong, and that gives me the right to persecute you. Those are the fanboys I have no time for.
Right. You know, I had a little line in that Gamers Rise Up Against Hate campaign vid.
Yeah.
You know, and so persecution, we shouldn't even have to discuss this word with gaming.
No,
this shouldn't even have to. This should not have to be. Yeah, this should not have to be a discussion, man.
No, and people, you know, the other amazing thing that I found that came out of that was that, you know, there are a lot of people, very, very supportive people, and we're actually kind of inspired by it, that have been messaging me behind the scenes because they didn't really want to, you know, get back to that word, persecuted, publicly for their opinions on it, but that have, you know, said to me, you know, look, you made me think, you made me stop back and think, like, do I participate in this? Yeah, I kind of do participate in this. Or do I not participate, but I sit there and allow it to happen, so therefore I facilitate it? And it's really made me think about how I interact with people online, how I interact on social medias, and I will be making a change in those interactions for the better. And so for me, that was extraordinarily rewarding to hear that people are actually listening to that message that we sent, and they're taking something away from it. They're going to apply that. And, you know, that's a little bit more positivity in the world that we helped to, I guess, you know, bring out of people that was already there, but they just, you know, they didn't realize how much of an impact the things that they were saying and the actions that they were doing were having on other people. And, you know, that Crap Gamer is one of the people who joined us for that campaign, and he has been getting, wow.
Let's talk about that, yeah.
The hate that is on that video and on Twitter, like, my Twitter has been going ridiculous. Like, the amount of notifications that I've had over the last 24 hours, probably at least 50% of them are people criticizing me for having Crap Gamer on that video, and that they believe that it's a contradiction of what the message is about, because in their eyes, Crap Gamer is a racist and a hater. Now, let's have a discussion about that first point. Racist. The reason that they think he's a racist is he put out 2 different tweets that had a racial connotation to them. Like, he was having a bit of a joke with one of his mates. He wasn't being serious about it. He knows that he shouldn't have said it, because he now sees that people, they're not partial to that kind of sense of humour. So he has apologised profusely. He's like, look, guys, it was a joke. I didn't mean it. I don't actually think that. I mean, this is a person being called a racist that has 2 great mates. That one of them is a African American and another is a Moroccan. So he's clearly a racist. But you know, like, he's apologised profusely, but they just won't listen to it. They're like, oh, you know, you're damage controlling, man. You're damage controlling. No, he's not damage controlling. He's apologising. He said he's sorry. He's not a racist. He didn't mean it. He's friggin' sorry. So move on. You know, like, why are we holding on to this? Why are we even still discussing this months later? He said sorry. How about everything that you do in your life, every mistake that you make, we hold against you for the rest of your life? It doesn't work like that.
No, I really wouldn't want that. No, I mean,
exactly.
You know,
and he's changed his content as well. Like, yeah, he did do a little bit of phony brushing here and there, you know, just quietly. But the thing is he has changed that up. He makes his videos about subject matters that have facts behind them. He's not just sitting behind a mic talking crap, you know, which is funny in So
Hey, but he's Crap Gamer, though.
So, yeah.
He's Crap Gamer. That's his name. You know,
but he's literally not talking crap, so that's where the difference is.
Even if he did offend, or he really did do anything that people claim he did do, which I can't speak too much on that because I didn't see any of this stuff. But even if he did, the thing is that we need to remember here is that people can change anyway.
Absolutely.
Even if he really did those things, and only he really knows. Crap's the only one that really knows that. But no matter what he tells anybody else, he's the one that lives with it and dies with it. But whether he did or he didn't, regardless of that, no one is perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing in life is perfect, okay? Always remember that, guys. We can strive to be perfect, but we never really can truly achieve that. We can only be close to it. Can never attain it. But, I mean, so the thing is, you know, Crap's not perfect. He's maybe made mistakes, whether he has or he hasn't, you know, it's debatable. But he still can change regardless.
Absolutely, and that's why I thought it was really imperative that he was a part of this campaign, because he is somebody who I have seen made an error, but he tried to fix it, he tried to apologise for it. He has, previous to that campaign, changed up his content so that it is less focused on the whole console wars and stuff like that. He's focused on facts and about bringing news and updates to his followers. And, you know, he doesn't actually ever attack another person. He may have a crack at a console or a company, but he never attacks an individual. And that's what these guys are doing. Like, they're all attacking each other, they're having goes at each other. It's so preschool. Like, it's just like watching, you know, boys pull each other's hair on a playground. It's so childish. And he never participates in any of that. And that's why I thought that it was really important that he was a part of this campaign, so that people can see that we do change. The things that we do in the past do not make the person that we are now. If every single time you made a mistake in your past, if that became your reality for the rest of your life, then what kind of person are you going to be for the rest of your life? If somebody's trying to make a change, if somebody is going to stand up and say, you know what, I don't want to be this person anymore, I don't want to be perceived that way, I'm going to make a change. It's what we do. We stand up and we go, you know what, you're not allowed to change. I'm going to brand you as that person. You are now forever going to be that guy. How does that help? Like, how does that possibly help the situation? How does that encourage somebody to continue to make a change, to continue to bring a more positive message out to the community? It doesn't. All it does is make people think, you know what? If that's what you think of me, if that's all I'm ever going to cop, then why am I even friggin' bothering? Might as well just go back to the controversy and what I know gets views.
And I know with Crap and you know, how they would kind of go after Sony and different things like that. I know that helped them get some views and things like that too. But like I said, you know, if he's making an effort to try to change things, people need to take notice of that. You know, give him the benefit of the doubt. Absolutely. You know, that's really all you can do. Hey, and if in the end you still think it's not enough, then hey, that's your opinion and you're entitled to that. So, but leave it at that. But leave it at that. Don't go rubbing it in the person's face.
Exactly. And, you know, if you do feel like you need to have a point of view, if you do feel like you need to voice your opinion on these things, then maybe, I don't know if people have heard of this term before, but perhaps make it constructive as opposed to aggressive.
Constructive criticism. It's the greatest thing ever.
Isn't it, though? Isn't it?
Hey, man, TiC Podcast welcomes constructive criticism.
Oh, excellent.
If there's something,
I've got like a full document to send you. No, I'm joking.
Hey, do it.
I'm joking.
Do it to it, man. Do it to it. Yeah. I get where you're coming from, and yeah, I think it's a discussion that had to be had. I looked at your YouTube page, and I was like, really I was appalled at some of the comments. I was like, whoa, man, these people were hating on Bella, man. You know, Bella just asked, you know, Crap to join, and Crap said yes, and it was for a good cause. And, you know, don't take it out on Bella's page, man. I mean, don't, you know, you're making her feel like crap for, no offense for saying crap.
Yeah.
No pun intended on that one, but, you're just, you know, you're not really, you're not spreading a positive vibe here. We're talking about hate, and all I'm seeing is hate begetting hate. let's not do that. That don't make any sense. So this is Gamers Rise Up Against Hate, guys. Let's keep all the hate comments and everything off of our channel. Let's don't do it, man. I mean, yeah, you know, and I understand where some of you guys are coming from with some of the things you say. I get it. I totally do. But you gotta understand, Bella just did this video. This is her channel and her thing that she's doing. It's not really a BGST thing or a crap thing per se. So just lay off, guys.
It was a unified message. No pun intended again. It was a unified message from various gamers across different programs. I mean, we had Mr. PlayStation Nation himself join us.
I saw that.
You know, like it was people from PC, Xbox, and PlayStation from many different countries around the globe coming together to say, you know what, no matter what country we're in, no matter what age bracket we're in, no matter what platform we play on, none of us think that this is okay. None of us want to tolerate this anymore. And that's why, you know, we had such a diverse range of people. And not just different cultural backgrounds, different races. Like, it was really, literally a unified effort to try and highlight this issue in the community and make people just think for 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. Is this okay? Do I think that is okay? Because, you know what? I don't think it's okay. So why am I acting that way? Why am I fueling these fires? Why am I jumping on Twitter or Facebook or people's YouTube videos and spreading hate and telling them that they wish their son turns into a prostitute? Like, who even thinks a thought like that? What is wrong with you?
What is wrong?
Think that? How does that even come into your head? Oh, I hope your son becomes a prostitute. No.
That's a bit much. But see, the thing is, these things are just spewing out of the people's mouths. They're not thinking about it. They're just saying it because it sounds hateful, and they just want to get that message across to the person. But they're not really deeply thinking about, could that actually be a real-life sort of issue going on? And then you're just kind of saying that, and it's just ironic that it's really just compounding the problem.
Yeah.
You know, you got to watch out. You just got to watch out with some of the things you say, man. And, you know, this here's an issue. Here's the theory of mine. And I even talked to Zaire actually about this on Twitter one time. The console generation is growing up. We're growing up. We're into politics more. We're into some of the other things, the real life things that are just, you know, beyond when we were younger and we loved playing consoles. But the thing is everything's matriculating more towards tablets and you know, your iPhones, things like that. More of the console generation. We're the true console generation, and we're all getting older. So the point being is that we're becoming more political. I mean, honestly, that is my opinion. We are all becoming more political, and we're bringing it into gaming. And that's why this whole thing is different. This gen is totally different than last gen. Do you not agree, Bella?
Oh, absolutely.
There's a totally different feeling in the air. And my theory is because of our age. We're growing up. Things seemingly matter to us more than they did before. So every little thing, we're dissecting every little thing, and we're just forgetting what made us gamers in the first place. F-U-N. Fun. Fun, guys. We just get a console, and we get a game, and we put it in the console, and we play a game to have fun. Did everybody suddenly forget that? That's what I want to know. Did we forget it? Did everybody forget what gaming was all about to begin with? Why we all fell in love with it?
It does feel that way a little, doesn't it? And, you know, the issue that we've got is that the more these generations come through and they see this kind of behavior from their elders that they're playing with, that are introducing them to these games, they learn that this is acceptable behavior. This is okay to yell and scream hate messages at somebody because they're better at a game than you, or kill you more often than you killed them, so therefore they must be a hacker, they must be this. You know,
I've been on the other end of that. I was just playing. I didn't have a turbo controller or anything like that. But, you know, the thing is, we're both realists here. You know, guys, me and Bella are realists. We know, we're not trying to ask everybody, just to mute everything you say. We're not saying that. All we're saying is, be a little more mindful of maybe like I hope you die of cancer stuff, or I hope you die stuff. That stuff, don't say it, because, man, you could really be hitting a chord with someone that's having, you know, some problems in real life outside of the online space. That might be the tip of the iceberg, guys.
Yeah.
Just think about that stuff. That's all we're saying. We know we're not gonna stop hate in general, like for good. We're not being crazy here, but we do know that if we get this message out, that hopefully you guys will just think a little bit more. Use your brain a little bit more before you say certain things. And that's all we're trying to get at. This generation has become so console agnostic. I mean, it's
that's
just
a great word. That is a great word.
Right. Yeah. I use big words. I love big words, but why? But why do we do that? Let me ask a question here, Bella. I'm gonna ask you this, and this just a little role playing, okay?
Okay.
So if you say you're a big Sony fan, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm an Xbox fan, but so then you bring your Sony prejudice up on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know why you care so much about Sony. Why are you so hellbent on pushing Sony on me? Are they paying you? Are you making money from this in some way? I'm just wondering because, I don't understand.
And that is the $1 million question. Why is it so important to people that they would hate on others, that they would wish death on others, that they act like immaturely and poor?
Yeah, and the sad truth is, and I'm just going to lay it out there flat, guys. To me, and you hate me for saying this, then that's fine. I am a multi-console owner. I do TiC Podcast, yes, and that's an Xbox-centric, programming. But Brandon, B-Money 101, and Lynn, we like playing every console. We're not just Xbox.
Yeah.
We play every console. And me personally, I have a Wii U, and I have my PS4, and I'm unified on all three consoles. Okay, guys, look me up. Add me. But I love all the consoles. I have nothing against any of the platforms, and I'll tell you this. You come at me with that Sony jargon, or say you come at me with the Xbox jargon heavy on me, right? Telling me to get this, do this. What I think of you is that I think you work for the company. I think you must be getting paid. You must be making money. Because why else would you do this? Why else would you push this on me, man? Nothing would motivate me to do any of that. I gotta have money motivating me. Okay? If Sony's paying you money, then hey, I'll understand it. You're just doing your job. But you're not making money, man. Get rid of the fanboyness. Come on now. Just drop it. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Just not to me, and it never really will. That's just my opinion, guys. So, don't hold me to it. Don't really bring down harsh judgment on me, okay? But that's really what I think. I think we should just all get back to having fun.
Yeah, I completely agree. The focus has shifted over the last few years, and it needs to shift again back towards about gaming, about building friendships, about sharing your knowledge, not acting like a tool on social media purely because you have the anonymity at your disposal. It's
yeah. See, a big word. I like that.
Yeah. I thought you might like that.
Anonymity. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how I roll. Yeah. So
console agnostic and anonymity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on that note, gamers, I just want to remind you about the challenge that is out there at the moment for you too to create your own content, be it a video on your channel or host a podcast with other like-minded gamers. Let's see you rise up. Stand up and be counted in this. Make it known that you will not tolerate this anymore, that it is not okay. I want to see it. Put it up. Link me. I'm on Twitter.
Yes.
I'm on Facebook. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. You can contact me on any of them. I want to see people stand up and get this message out there.
Do it, guys. Guys. TiC Podcast is challenging you to do the same thing. Hashtag gamers rise up against hate. Let's get this going. Let's make this hot.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining me today, Unified. It's been fantastic.
Yeah. It was good. It was good times.